going to go ahead and open the meeting then. We were in executive session before. Sorry for the delay, guys. Could I get a motion?
I move to adjourn from executive session.
Could I get a second?
Seconded.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, now we're out of executive session. We're ready to start our study session with Dr. Edgar.
Good evening, President, all of members of the board. I think I'm going to use this one. All right, can you hear me? Perfect. We're going to use this one tonight. That one, you have to lean over. Well, we thank you tonight. We are going to do a presentation on the dual language immersion program for Chandler Unified School District. We have several administrators here, teachers here, but most importantly, we have some fantastic students that are here and they're going to share their experience with you. But before we get started, I want to introduce two fantastic individuals that work in curriculum and instruction that really do lead this program. We have our Assistant Director, Patricia Fernandez. And we also have new to the coaching staff, a new position is our language acquisition coach, Ms. Eliani Lopez-Doty. It's right here. So they have put together this presentation for you, and I just get to do the first two slides, so that's fantastic. To get everybody started, we want to give you a visual of when dual language immersion started in Chandler Unified School District. It started in 2014 with the Tarwater Toros doing the Mandarin program. And then in 2015, we brought on Liberty, which is Spanish. In 2020, we continued and we brought on our Bologna Scorpions, which, by the way, Bologna has another event tonight, so our student from Bologna will be heading out after they do their presentation. And then in 2021, our students matriculated up to the junior highs at ACP Middle as well as Bogle. Bogle has a Mandarin program and ACP Middle has a Spanish program. 2022, we brought on Freedom, CTA Freedom, with our Spanish dual language immersion program. And now it's pretty exciting that we see the fruits of the labor of the 2014 cohort go into high school. And that has ended up at also ACP High School and Hamilton with the focus on the Mandarin track, and ACP High School with Spanish.
This is how our program looks like. Our program model in elementary is a 50-50 model where you see it's split between K3, 4, 6. This is a revised model. And the green side is going to be the partner language, could be Spanish or Mandarin. And the blue side is going to be English. So how we do dual language in our district is we split the content areas between the two languages to make sure that students receive all academic standards required by the state. The only difference is delivered in two languages. So the 50% of the day when they are in the partner language, they receive language arts in that partner language. They also receive science and math instruction called Tier 1. That's a whole group instruction for all students. And then when they go to the English side, they receive English language arts, social studies, English language arts in small groups called Tier 2, Tier 3, and also math Tier 2, Tier 3 in small groups. If we have students that need to receive additional English language services, we do that during the English side. So for example, the integrated minutes are part of the English language arts and social studies block, and the English language arts development targeted minutes are delivered during the English language arts small groups. Once they go to 4th through 6th grade, we change the model a little bit, where now math is taught in English, the Tier 1. So the whole group instruction of students is happening now in English. And then the partner language, whether it's Spanish or Mandarin, will do science, social studies, continue delivering language arts in the partner language, and provide additional support for math in small groups. So students have the opportunity to become bilingual and biliterate in the program. The reason we switch some of the content areas is because by the time they're in 4th grade, students are starting to move to a level of proficiency that is intermediate. So they have different needs, and therefore the different content areas are needed to help the students develop those language skills. Once they go to junior high school, we have a little bit of a different model. It's called a 70-30 because they only receive 2 classes in the partner language. And the rest of their day, they take their typical English courses. Why dual language immersion? This chart represents, and we have some copies that we're going to give you of this report because we recognize the print is very small. This is a research conducted by the American Council of the Teaching of Foreign Languages back in 2015, where they wanted to identify what is the level of proficiency that students would need in the workplace in order to compete with others. So they identified different careers for the different levels. If you notice, the blue is called the novice level. This is any person who takes about 2 years of a language. If you see, there's no jobs listed because they have not acquired enough proficiency to function in any profession. So in dual language, our students have the opportunity to reach a high level of proficiency by the time they graduate high school, and this is how we do it. So we set individual targets for each grade level. So if you see the blue that I referred before, 2 years of learning a language, our second graders around there, they're already getting out of that level, which is equivalent to 2 years of high school of a world language. And then our students that are exiting elementary in 6th grade are already reaching around an intermediate mid-level of proficiency. Just so you compare a little bit, that's the level that is required for the seal of biliteracy for high school students. So in immersion, our students are starting at an early age. So by the time they graduate high school, they reached an advanced level of proficiency that it allows them to compete in any career or profession they would like to pursue. A little bit of research that was conducted in 2000. The report was published in 2019, but the survey was conducted in 2018, also by the American Council of the Teaching of Foreign Languages in partnership with Pearson, with Language Testing International, and the survey was conducted by Ipsos Public Affairs. They surveyed 1,200 US employers, and they try to find what is the need when it comes to languages. So they found that 9 out of 10 employers rely on employees with language skills other than English. 1 in 3 reported that they have a language skill gap. 1 in 4 reported they lost businesses because they couldn't fill those positions and that needed language skills other than English. 56% share that they only expect this need will increase in the next 5 years. And they also compared how is the need comparison between domestic and international need. Sometimes when we think about foreign languages, we think that the need is only because we want to travel outside of the US. This study proves that the domestic need, which is the green and the dark blue, is where you see mostly domestic need for employees with language skills. And then the rest is mostly international. They also found what are the sectors where these language skills are needed. So we see that construction, manufacturing, hospitality and travel, professional and technical services, healthcare and social assistance, education services, trade and others. The green is a lot, purple is some, and blue is not at all. So as you can see, the need is high. So that's why we're proud of our dual language immersion programs, because we are already preparing students to meet the need of the workplace. And this is also, we're very proud because our world languages program, we offer the top 4 languages that are needed in the country, which is Spanish, Chinese, French, and German. We offer those in Chandler Unified School District. So now we're going to hear from some of our students.
Good evening, Superintendent and members of the board. This is our Chandler Unified Language Immersion Program and our goals. We strive to be biliterate and bilingual while also learning about other cultures and still remaining a social cultural competence. We also learn how to be global citizens through all of that. And it also represents and develops our portrait of a learner skills. This includes critical thinking skills, communications in two languages, collaboration, and more, like adapting. It's overall been a pretty big success, both state and national wide. For example, in 2022, when Tar Water was allotted by the Chinese Language Teacher Association as a national distinguished program. Our seal of biliteracy is something that recognizes students who achieve a high proficiency in both English and an additional language. 52 seniors received this seal by literacy in 2023 last year, including Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, French, Portuguese, ASL, and German. And this year we have received 250 applications from seniors and 295 intent to participate forms from freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, including me in Athens. So far, since the seal by literacy was introduced in Arizona, we have had 594 seniors get that on their diploma and on their transcript.
Good evening, superintendent and members of the board. So in 2023, 3 Hamilton students won the SEALS design contest. Currently, their designs are used for the seal of biliteracy, seals of personal finance, seals of and seals of civics literacy. Students can find additional information on the 4 seals on our Chandler website. I look forward to achieving and having the seal of biliteracy on my diploma when I graduate, which I've been working toward since I was in kindergarten over 10 years ago.
Okay, and now we're going to have our students share their experiences.
We're going to have our dual language immersion students share their learning experiences.
Good evening, Superintendent Narducci and esteemed board members. My name is Vienna Doty, and I'm a proud student of Chandler Unified School District. I am trilingual. I speak Spanish, English, and Mandarin Chinese. I love to read and spend time with my friends and also my family. Today I have the honor of introducing our wonderful dual language immersion students who will be sharing with you their inspiring learning experiences. Buenas noches a todos. Mi nombre es Vienna Doty y me siento muy orgullosa de ser parte del Distrito Escolar de Chandler. Yo soy trilingüe, hablo español, inglés y chino mandarín. Me gusta mucho leer y también estar con mis amigos y mi familia. 大家好，我叫刘石，我上8年级，我可以说3个语言：英文、西班牙语和韩语。我喜欢说话跟我的家人和朋友，我也喜欢读书。And now first is from Bologna Elementary Spanish Dual Language Immersion Program. We have 3rd grader Jace Brayton.
Hola a todos, me llamo Jace y estoy en 3er grado en la escuela Bologna. Quiero compartir lo increíble que ha sido para mí estar en un programa de inmersión. En mi casa hablamos poquito español y cuando empecé en la escuela me sentía un poco nervioso porque no sabía cómo sería aprender en 2 idiomas, pero ha sido fácil. El programa de español me ayuda a ser mejor en la escuela. No solo en español, sino también en inglés. Me hace sentir muy orgulloso. Creo que todos deberían tener la oportunidad de aprender en 2 idiomas. Nos prepara para un mundo donde saber más de un idioma es una gran ventaja. Muchas gracias por apoyar estos programas para que más niños puedan tener la misma oportunidad que yo. Hello everyone, my name is Jace and I'm in 3rd grade at Bologna Elementary. I want to tell you how amazing it has been to be in a dual language program. At home we speak a little bit of Spanish, and when I started at school I felt a little nervous because I didn't know what it would be like to learn 2 languages, but it was great and easy. I keep learning Spanish so much more than I thought I could learn. Dual language program has helped me excel in school, not just in Spanish, but also in English. That makes me feel very proud of myself. I believe everyone should have the chance to learn in 2 languages. It prepares us for a world where knowing more than 1 language is a great advantage. Thank you so much for supporting these programs so more children can have the same opportunity as me.
Now we have from CTA Freedom Spanish Dual Language Immersion Program, we have 1st grader Ella Martin.
Hola, yo me llamo Ella. Mis colores favoritos son rosa y morado. Mi escuela es CTA Freedom. Hi, my name is Ella. My favorite colors are pink and purple. My school is CTA Freedom. I'm 9 years old. I used to speak English only, but now I can also speak Spanish. Speaking Spanish lets me make more friends and help people. I love learning Spanish. Gracias.
You want to go to this?
From Tarwater Elementary, Mandarin Dual Language Immersion Program, we have 3rd grader Kyler Mitchell.
你好，我的名字叫马凯乐，我8岁了，我在3年级，我喜欢粉红色。Hi, my name is Kyler. I'm 8 years old. I'm in 3rd grade. I like to color pink. 我有3个家人，他们是爸爸妈妈和我。I have 3 people in my family. They're dad, mom, and me. 冬天我喜欢去我的妈妈的姐姐家，因为我可以吃披萨。In the winter, I like to go to my mom's big sister's house because I can eat pizza. 春天我喜欢去我的朋友的家。In the spring, I like to go to my friend's house. 夏天我喜欢游泳。In the summer, I like to swim. 冬天我喜欢看电影。In fall, I like to watch a movie. I like Chinese. It's because I want to travel all over the world. And in case I go to China, I need to know how to communicate. Another reason why I love Chinese is because I have wonderful teachers that can help me learn. Now I would like to share with you my country report I did in 2nd grade. 我的国家是尼日利亚。My country is Nigeria. 尼日利亚在非洲，尼日利亚在非洲的西面。Nigeria is in Africa. Nigeria is on Africa's west side. 尼日利亚比美国小。Nigeria is smaller compared to the USA. 尼日利亚的首都是阿布扎。Nigeria's capital city is Abuja. 尼日利亚人说英文。Nigeria's official language is English. 尼日利亚的国球是足球。Nigeria's national sport is soccer. 你想去尼日利亚吗？ Would you like to visit Nigeria? 这是我的国家报告。你有什么问题吗？ This is my country report. Do you have any questions?
Now from CTA Liberty, Spanish Dual Language Immersion Program, we have 6th grader Lucy Caller.
Hola, me llamo Lucy y represento a mi escuela CTA Libertad. Estoy en 6º grado y mis maestros son el profe Farmer y señora Rennie. Mi escuela fue la primera en tener un programa de inmersión dual en español en nuestro distrito. Qué suerte la miel el poder ser parte de esta comunidad. El aprender español me ha ayudado a comprender la gramática, estructuras y inglés. Participar en el programa de inmersión también me ha ayudado a desarrollar mis habilidades comunicativas. Mi experiencia al navegar entre 2 idiomas en la escuela me ha dado la capacidad de ser flexible en poder adaptarme en diferentes situaciones. Good evening, my name is Lucy and I'm here to represent my school, CT Liberty. I'm in the 6th grade of my Spanish dual language immersion program. My teachers are Profe Farmer and Miss Rennie. My school was the very first school in our district to house a Spanish dual language immersion program. I feel very lucky because I've had the opportunity to be part of this learning experience. There are many benefits of being biliterate. In my opinion, one of the most important ones is that it can enhance communication skills in general. It fosters an appreciation for linguistic nuances, enabling students to become more adept at expressing themselves effectively in both written and spoken forms in all the languages we are learning. All these benefits become more accessible to students like me when children are able to participate in dual language immersion programs. Did you know that Spanish and English share a lot of vocabulary and grammatical structure due to their common Latin roots? Studying Spanish has helped me deepen the understanding of both English grammar and vocabulary, making it easier for me to grasp complex concepts in both the languages. My goal for life is to be an actor and singer. For example, being a bilingual actor, you have many different options for films. On another note, I really enjoy learning this beautiful language throughout kinder and 6th grade. I learned a lot and hope to continue learning. I'm proud of how far I've come and excited about where this journey will take me. To anyone thinking about a new language, I say adelante, go for it. Embrace the challenge. It's not just about speaking another language, it's about gaining a new lens through which to see the world. Thank you, Superintendent Narducci and board members for giving me this time to share my learning experience at CTA Liberty. I'd also like to thank my principal, my dedicated teachers, and supporting parents for giving me this amazing opportunity. Learning Spanish at CTA Liberty has been one of the most impactful and rewarding experiences of my life so far.
Now from ACP Middle School Spanish Dual Language Program, we have Angelica de la Garza.
Hola, me llamo Angélica de la Garza y tengo 13 años. Yo voy a la escuela Arizona College Prep y estoy en 8º grado. Este es mi segundo año en el programa de inmersión dual de español. Mi familia y yo hablamos español en casa. Cuando era chiquita, mi mamá me enseñó a leer libros muy básicos y me enseñó un poco de escritura. Pero cuando empecé en este programa de inmersión dual en la ACP, me di cuenta que aún tengo mucho para aprender. A mí me ha beneficiado mucho el programa de inmersión dual de español porque me ha permitido seguir aprendiendo español. Este programa me ayuda a mejorar la fluidez en el idioma. Además, aprendo mucho de la gramática y también me ayuda a perfeccionar la lectura y escritura en ambos idiomas. Yo sé que el saber un segundo idioma es un beneficio muy importante en la vida porque nos permite comunicarnos con muchas más personas. Good evening. My name is Angelica de la Garza. I'm an 8th grader at ACP Middle School in the Spanish Dual Language Immersion Program. I want to share with you how learning Spanish at an academic level has transformed my understanding of English. When I began learning Spanish in a school setting, I didn't realize how much it would impact my understanding of English. As we delved into Spanish grammar and vocabulary in my Spanish classes, I started noticing similarities and differences between English and Spanish. It was like discovering the hidden mechanics behind how language works. One of the most surprising things was understanding English grammar better. Learning Spanish sentence structures and verb conjugations made me more aware of English grammar. Suddenly, I was thinking more consciously about verb tenses and sentence construction in English, which made me more articulate in expressing myself. Through dual language immersion programs, students like me can fully immerse themselves in a curriculum that values and leverages our language as a tool for academic growth. This immersion gives a unique opportunity to explore complex subjects, develop critical thinking skills, and excel in areas like literacy while becoming fully bilingual. Language and cultural heritage become assets, and achieving academic excellence in Spanish and English are the goals. These opportunities and goals prepare students to become global citizens in an increasingly interconnected world. Thank you, Chandler Unified School District leaders and members of the school board for supporting the Spanish immersion program at ACP Middle School. Gracias a mis padres, mis maestros y a mi directora por su apoyo.
大家好，我叫林白，今年我上8年级，我学习中文9年了。我觉得学习中文有用极了，以后可以找到更好的工作。Hola, soy Isa Shanos y voy a la escuela Bogle Junior High School. Soy trilingüe. Good evening, my name's Isa Shanos. I'm an 8th grader at Bogle Junior High School, and I'm trilingual. I speak Spanish at home, and I've been studying Mandarin Chinese for 9 years. I'm grateful for this opportunity and for the ability to share my experience with you all here today. Throughout my classes, I have gained knowledge not just on speaking another language, but also traditional Chinese performance, art, architecture, culture, food, and history. People learn Mandarin Chinese for many different reasons. In my case, I continue to learn Mandarin Chinese for well-paying jobs, travel, and friends. I've been learning Mandarin Chinese with the same group of students for almost 10 years. In that time, I've made quite a few friends, and leaving the Mandarin Chinese program could result in losing a bond we shared. Ever since I was a child, I knew I wanted to work for the U.S. government, helping translate Mandarin Chinese, connecting and affirming relationships with the Chinese people. Participating in the DLI program is helping me reach these goals by giving me tools and impressive opportunities. Some examples of this are learning how to dragon dance, Tai Chi, learning and performing the popular song 对不起我的中文不好, otherwise known as I'm sorry, my Chinese isn't very good. Participating in the Chinese performing arts have showed me how to properly work as a team, coordinate a dance, and how to synchronize my voice with others. The methods of teaching used in this program have also advanced my art skills by having Chinese art classes and assignments focused on painting and drawing. In the DLI program, we also have the opportunity to learn and make many traditional Chinese foods like biangbiangmians, mooncakes, and many others. The Mandarin program has also allowed me to advance in my public speaking and has been helping me get over my public speaking fears, as I was able to speak in front of incoming 7th graders at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year, and now I'm speaking in front of you all here today. I truly think learning Mandarin Chinese is extremely beneficial to children of all ages and can help develop skills beyond speaking another language. I want to thank all my teachers and mentors for helping me get to where I am, my family for always believing me and pushing me to my limit, my friends for convincing me to stay when I was really ready to quit, and to all of you here today for supporting immersion programs like the one I'm in myself. The Mandarin program has changed the trajectory of my life, and I know without it I'd be a completely different person.
Now from Hamilton High School, we have Lila Hamlin.
大家晚上好，我的名字是洪谦，我非常高兴和大家分享我的 DLI 课程的经历。我在 DLI 项目学中文学了10年了，我非常喜欢这个项目，我也想把这个项目推荐给更多的朋友。除了我学习中国和语言的文化以外，这个项目会让我有机会参加各种各样的课外活动。比如，我去年得到了一个机会，可以去爱德荷州参加秋季夏令营。在这里，我认识了更多的和我一样喜欢中国的好朋友。我非常感谢我的父母让我参加 DLI 项目，我也欢迎来更多的同学来参加这个项目。谢谢。Hello, my name is Lila Hamlin, and I've been a part of the DLI program for 10 years now. I was the first year to start this program at Tarwar Elementary, and I've stuck in with it all until Hamilton High School. The reasons I mainly recommend this program is because of the opportunities it's built for me, the experience I've had along the way, and all the friendships I've made. For example, I was accepted to a Star Talk program in Malad, Idaho for 2 weeks, only speaking 100% Chinese and gaining lasting friendships with people I still speak with to today. I also am signing up for more camps just like that, including one at U of A, staying in their dorms, and also 100% Chinese, and another camp in Tennessee. I am also intending to apply for the seal of biliteracy, which I hope to gain my senior year. I've made everlasting friendships, and I hope to continue making those connections with people in China and who only speak Mandarin. Overall, I am very thankful that both me and my parents helped me go through this program and leap into it with no expectations. I think it was overall the best decision and overall definitely impacted my life. Thank you all for being here today.
Good job. 各位朋友，大家好，我叫李诗林。10年前，在 Tower 小学，我开始读第二类中文课程。我喜欢学中文，因为我现在终于可以和爷爷奶奶用中文沟通。他们欣慰，因为我们的传统文化可以一代一代传下去。我现在在 Hamilton 高中学习中文，我准备 AP 考试，然后可以拿到我的双语认证。最后，我想把第二类中文推荐给更多同学们，我们一起加油。Good evening, everyone. My name is Athens Lee. Over 10 years ago at Tallwater Elementary, I started learning Chinese. I personally have enjoyed this program because of the fact that I've been able to converse with my Chinese grandparents, and they're very pleased that I will be continuing our Chinese tradition and passing down their traditions from generation to generation. Currently, I'm at Hamilton High School pursuing my Chinese, and I look forward to taking the AP test and gaining the seal of biliteracy on my diploma when I'm a senior. Thank you so much for supporting our program over the years. That's all.
So I grew up in a household where my mom speaks Spanish and my dad speaks English. Learning 2 languages early in my life has helped me recognize patterns in language, including English, and it's also made me curious about the world and people. But my journey with languages didn't stop there when I started learning Mandarin Chinese at Tarwater Elementary Dual Language Immersion Program. In kindergarten, a whole new world opened up for me. Mandarin Chinese is beautiful and difficult at the same time, but with hard work and determination and the continued support of my amazing teachers and parents and administrators, it's become easier. I never knew that learning Spanish and Mandarin Chinese would help me perfect my English. But here I am in 8th grade along with most of my peers from the Dual Language Immersion Program taking 10th grade English level courses. People are really shocked when they hear I speak Mandarin Chinese. But I think it's important that I speak Mandarin Chinese because younger kids can also be inspired and know that they can do it too. Learning a third language has broadened my horizons by allowing me to connect with many people who do not necessarily speak English. It's also helped me improve my communication, collaborative, and critical thinking skills, all attributes to our district's portrait of a good learner. My plan is to study medicine and to travel to Spain and China or Taiwan to learn from their practices. I want to be a psychiatrist and help as many people as I can. I hope that by sharing my learning experience, I can inspire you guys to continue to support our dual language immersion programs across Chandler Unified School District. Muchas gracias. Xie xie. Thank you.
President Olive, members of the board, as you can see from these fantastic student narratives, we're just proud of this program. And I also want, if you're a parent who is here tonight, can you just raise your hand? Don't worry, I won't make you speak or anything, but I think we need to give them a round of applause. Thank you, especially as you looked at that timeline that we went through. The start in 2014, it was not without bumps, a few bruises, not too many, but we appreciate the collaboration and with our administration and our teachers to make this a fantastic program and a fantastic learning experience for these students. So thank you, and now it's time for questions from our board.
All right, well, thank you very much, guys. That's wonderful to come up here and present and talk in the microphone. That's always nerve-wracking, at least it is for me. And you guys sounded great. I do have one question before other folks start going. When you're doing the dual language program, how soon is it before the students actually start having conversations, like get to a conversational level?
I'm going to let our Assistant Director, Patricia Fernandez, speak to that.
Once students start moving into the intermediate level, you will see they start communicating with in a more spontaneous form, but they do practice dialogue since they're in kindergarten. So they start speaking and practicing with a lot of support. And then when they move to intermediate, you'll see them now using more on their own.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Orrs.
Yeah, actually, two things. One, if I was kind of curious that we have dual language immersion, we also have English language learners, which I'm understanding is dual language learners or dual language immersion. They're already proficient in English and they're learning another language, whereas our English language learners are proficient in another language and trying to learn English. So if you can kind of comment on that and how those kind of juxtapose, I think would be interesting.
So we do, it's an approved model at this point in time that we do service our EL students. And right now we are just excited to have them in this program. And if Mr. Narducci wants to continue a comment on those pieces, but we're doing a fantastic job, I think, with our students in the dual language immersion programs in general.
Sure, I might be able to answer that a little better for you, Mr. Roars. We, our students, it's a choice program. Parents choose the program they want their children in, just like other programs. So all students have that opportunity. We've been working under the guidance of the Department of Education for the last 10 years, actually, and they've set the standards for us to create our programming. The majority of our kids that are in the programming are English proficient learners, as many of these students. But as you can see, learning goes on in both languages in the classroom. And that's the important part, is that we recognize that learning is a continuum. It's a cognitive process that isn't a language process. And the language process is the communicative tool that we can show that learning is occurring. Unfortunately, some of our kids come to our country and they don't have the English language, but they're still learning. And so they're able to profess that in the class, in these dual language classrooms, whether they're from different countries. Now, we only offer 2 languages. I feel really inferior to states like Oregon and Wisconsin and Minnesota, who offer 26 languages and 25 languages in their communities. And interestingly enough, in Illinois, in Chicago, their dual languages programs are even stronger, and they have a higher migrant population than we have here in Arizona. But yet, the kids still are afforded to learn in the language. So right now, our programs that are in their 10th year were probably composed mostly of our students that were monolingual English students only. Only recently some of our kids in the lower grade levels have started in the program that might have another language other than English that they're more proficient in.
Okay, I did have a second question. A lot of learning a language also involves cultural education as well. In Hispanic culture, it's kind of easy to understand because it's been part of the Southwestern United States culture for generations. Okay, my concern is that with the Chinese culture, I think you need to be careful. We had these organizations called the Confucius Institutes in universities several years ago, and a lot of them got shut down because it turned out that they were being used as vehicles for both propaganda and for intelligence gathering activities. Okay, nefarious activities. Chinese cultural expression has been tightly controlled by the Chinese Communist Party since the 60s. During the Cultural Revolution, they took control of that. So all I'm going to say is that, you know, since they're a major rival in world affairs, they may have some other agenda here as well. We have to be very, very careful about not letting our children, who have no protections here, fall into a pattern of being sympathetic to their worldview. Thank you.
Did you have a question about our dual language immersion programming that I could answer for you, Mr. Roars?
No, it was just a commentary. Just please be careful.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions? Ms. Renaud?
A few. Well, en primer lugar, carajo, qué bellos acentos que escuché esta noche de los estudiantes. Beautiful accents heard here tonight, so fantastic, everyone. Thank you to our students for sharing your personal stories. I see teachers, I see administrators, principals from schools here supporting our DLI presentation tonight, so thank you for being here. Fact, I landed my first staff hourly job at my university as an undergrad because of my biliteracy skills, getting paid more than a standard student worker. And now we're continually seeking out student workers and staff who have multilingual or multicultural backgrounds for us to do our job as best we can, reaching research participants. So I'm all for this program. My questions actually are more around providing, is there like a flexibility, because we kind of saw the path, but is there a flexibility for students who may not enter the DLI program in that K through third grade area?
We have a late entry process that we are actually, with the leaders, we're working on revising. But we accept students, and depending on the level of proficiency and the grade level they want to enter, is that we make case-by-case decisions.
Okay. And the seal of biliteracy, which is a complete benefit to our students, I was wondering, is there a fee associated to that, or how complicated is applying for that seal?
Starting this year, the district is supporting the testing that goes with the seal of biliteracy if the student needs to take the STAMP test. There are some students that take the AP test for us. For it, the state provides a menu of assessments that students can use to meet the requirements. So they have English requirements and a world language requirement.
Great, thank you.
I'm sorry, Ms. Serrano, the STAMP test is what the test that our kids are most familiar taking with, because they get tested not only in their English ability in the English side and the state mandated tests, but they also get tested in their language acquisition area. And so that's shown us too that our kids that are in there are actually learning English quicker, because they're actually learning how languages are formed, and a lot better as well. And what I'm really excited about is that, you know, sometimes you'll say, well, is the language part interfering with their testing part? And for the students that we have data on, which are Liberty students as well as our Tarwater students, they're performing at or if not above their peers that are not in language, and they're learning 2 languages, 3 languages for some, and I'm sure there's somebody in this room that speaks 4, but I haven't found you yet. But I do know of a student here that speaks 3, so and they're benefiting from that as well.
Ms. Boston?
Yes, I'd also like to thank the parents who decided a long time ago in 2014 that they were going to enroll their students and commit to that whole pathway to learn Mandarin Chinese, and also for all those parents now who are committing their kindergartners to learn the dual language. When you're young, I've seen it with my own children, you learn language so much easier than when you're an adult. And we're giving these students such a great advantage. And even if they aren't using it for a while during their maybe young adulthood, once they start using it again and hearing it again, it all comes back. And I'm just really proud of all of the students that came here tonight to share their wisdom to all of us, or with all of us. And I loved the presentation on Nigeria. That was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that tonight. And so thank you again for coming this evening, and it was great to hear about the program.
All right. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mr. Olive, may
Yes.
we get all the students up front to take a picture with the governing board for an opportunity for our parents to take a picture at this time?
Certainly.
Fantastic.
All right. We're going to do some pictures, and then we'll come back to our normal board meeting at 7 o'clock.